If you're on Social Security or disability benefits, I have breaking news. I have the December 2025 Social Security and Disability payment schedule. When is your check going to hit your bank account? Because of the government shutdown, a lot of uncertainty was surrounding payments for December. I am going to bring you details. Plus, President Trump is promising to send $2,000 stimulus to Americans. And here is the president talking about the stimulus and what he plans to do. Let's listen in together.
We have taken in trillions of dollars, and it's been absolutely amazing. We're going to be doing a dividend to the people, low and middle income, moderate income people, of at least $2,000. In addition to that, we'll be paying down debt very substantially.
So you heard the president. It's going to be at least a $2,000 stimulus sent to everyone. So I am going to break down what the timeline is, because the president is also on record as providing a timeline of when his tariff dividends are going to arrive. And there's been a lot of questions about whether this is even real and whether it is possible for the president to pass a stimulus check in 2026, given everything that is happening. I am going to break it all down for you, including eligibility and timeline. My name is Kwame Kwade. I am a government benefits expert. For 15 years, I've been helping seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve. I create content on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and other personal finance topics that affect seniors and their retirement and their benefits. So, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am glad you're here. Do me a quick favor, go into the comment section and let me know your city and your state, because I like to know where you guys are watching my channel from. Plus, if you've been watching this channel for a while, welcome back. I am really glad you're here. Thank you for your continuous support. Let's dive right in. So first, I am going to cover the Social Security payment schedule, because a lot of people have been wondering whether things are going to be on track or on schedule for December 2025 because of the government shutdown that disrupted a lot of timelines for a lot of government services. And then I'm going to dive into the stimulus check, walk you through what the president has been saying, who is eligible, whether seniors and people with disability can look forward to getting the $2,000 check, and the timeline for receiving the check. So that's the plan for today. Let's dive right in. So we're going to start with the Social Security payment schedule for the month of December. And let me pull my screen and then we can get started with that. So essentially, the first batch of Social Security checks that are going to go out. Oh, you cannot see that. Let me make sure that I add that to the screen. Let me remove this and let me add that. There we go. So the first batch of Social Security checks are going to go out soon. Let's talk about it. So if you know what's happening, the maximum Social Security benefits is worth $5,108. So that is the limit of what is about to go out. And that limit goes to people who are retiring in 2025 at their full retirement at age 70. Actually, if you are retiring at your full retirement age in 2025, your maximum benefit is 4,018. And if you are retiring at 62 and you pay the maximum into Social Security, your maximum benefit is $2,710. Of course, the average Social Security benefit is lower than all of that, and it clocks in at 1,925 as of July. One big news that is happening in 2026 that I want to bring to your attention: the full retirement age is going to go up to age 67 for anybody born from 1960 and older. So if you're born in 1960 or after, that's what I meant to say, your full retirement age is going to be set at age 67, and that is permanent. As you can see, they've been slowly increasing the full retirement age from age 65 all the way to age 67 over the last 6 years. So now 2026 comes and that project will be over. The full retirement age will be permanently set at age 67. So when can you expect your check? Well, you probably know this already, but it's worth emphasizing that Social Security and SSDI checks, Social Security, disability insurance are paid based on your birth date. So if you were born between the 1st and the 10th, your check is paid on the second Wednesday of the month. If you were born between the 11th and the 20th, your check is paid on the third Wednesday. And lastly, if you're born between the 21st and the 31st, you get your check on the fourth Wednesday of the month. If you're on SSI, Supplemental Security Income, you get your check on the first unless the first falls on a weekend or a holiday. That is why you did not get any benefit in November, because the 1st of November fell on a weekend, and so you got your check in October. So there are a whole category of people who get their benefits on the third, including some on disability benefits. If you live outside the United States, if you receive both Social Security, retirement benefit, and SSI, if your state pays for your Medicare premium, or you file for Social Security before 1997, you get your Social Security benefits on the third. So, having said all that, what does that translate into actual dates? Well, if you're born between the 1st and the 10th, your Social Security benefit is paid on December the 10th, which is the second Wednesday of the month. If you were born between the 11th and the 20th, you're going to get your check on December the 17th, the third Wednesday of the month. And last but not least, before Christmas Eve, those born between the 21st and the 31st are going to get their check on Wednesday, December the 24th. Now, let's talk about SSI. So, SSI is paid on the 1st, and December 1st is a Monday. So, you're going to get your check on time. And December 3rd is a Wednesday. So, those category of people that live outside the United States receive both SSI and Social Security. Your state pays for your Medicare premium and you file for Social Security before 1997. You are going to get your check on the 3rd, which is Wednesday, the 3rd of December. Now, if you do not get your check, which does happen to some people, there may be several reasons, but one of the biggest reasons is that your bank may have a transfer issue with the Social Security Administration. So it is advisable to wait 3 more days, 3 business days. And if nothing happens, if you wait 3 more days and your check does not hit your account, then there is a real problem. There may be an overpayment situation that is affecting your check or a cancellation. Call 1-800-772-1213. That's the Social Security number. You can make an appointment to visit a local office, or you can also get your problem solved over the phone, which these days may require you to wait a little bit because the wait times have only increased and gotten worse recently. So, that is the Social Security payment schedule. If you want to stay updated on all these breaking news and updates that are happening, anything in and out of Congress that could affect your retirement, your benefits, or your finances, text the word insider to 443-293-0080. You will be added to my text list. You'll join thousands of seniors and others that are receiving 1 to 2 text messages from me each week, alerting you about critical updates and news that you need to be aware of that could impact your finances and your benefits. So text the word insider to the number you see on your screen, which is 443-293-0080. Now let's talk about stimulus. The president has been talking about stimulus for a long time, since the beginning of the year. Let me give you a little bit of history lesson, and then we're going to talk about what it means for you. This did not come out of the blue. Actually, this stimulus story started back in July. And believe it or not, there was actually a legislation that was introduced in Congress because the president wanted to do a $600 stimulus. And so a senator from Missouri, Josh Hawley, introduced a bill in the Senate, which is what I'm showing you right now on the screen. And it says that in the 119th Congress, to amend the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 to provide rebates to individuals using tariff proceeds. So that was what Josh Hawley filed in the Senate after President Trump went on camera to say he wanted to send rebate checks as a gift to the American people based on the record tariffs his administration have brought in. So that was July. And when it comes to things like stimulus, when it comes to promises the president is making, I look for two things. Sometimes the president will say something and he doesn't come back to it again, and then that's it. It gets the headlines, it gets everybody excited, nothing happens. So when people were asking me when I first reported this back in July that there was $600 stimulus on the way, the first question people were like, do I believe it? Do I think it's going to happen? And I told them the same thing I'm telling you now. President Trump, based on his history with this Republican Congress, if he wants something and he makes it his top priority and he can't stop talking about it, he usually gets it. That is the criteria you need to follow if you want to decide whether you want to believe something the president is saying or not. And so when it came to the stimulus, that's what I was looking for. So that was July. He said this. The senator put a bill in Congress, and then crickets. Nothing happened. All right. Then I moved on. Then back in October, the president is back in the news talking about this same stimulus. But now things have changed. He has increased the amount. So here he is, October, saying that he's still thinking about the stimulus, but now he wants to do 2000, up to 2000. So here he was saying 1000 or 2000. If you read further, he said we are going to do something. We are looking at something. Number one, we're going to pay down the debt because people have allowed the debt to go crazy. We might also make a distribution to the people, almost like the dividend to the American people. We're thinking maybe 1000 to 2000. It will be great. Well, so that was it in October. And again, I'm using the same criteria. I'm like, okay, I hear you, but are you going to keep talking about it? Are you going to encourage Congress to do something about it? That's the signal I want to see if I want to believe it. So October happened, and then the shutdown begun, and then this went nowhere. And then November, it's back in full force in multiple ways. So let's talk about it. The first one happened here where President now went not only made news again about stimulus, but now the number is going up and he gave it a timeline. He wanted to do it in 2025. And so my thing was, okay, 2025, we have 2 months left. How is this going to happen? And so, but it's encouraging that he said he wants to do it. Not only that, he also gave a firm amount. So it went from 600 to 1000 or 2000, and now it's firmly 2000. And so when I played you that clip from the president when he was talking, he was answering a couple of questions that are relevant to what we are trying to answer. The question I'm trying to answer is this real? Is this going to happen? And what is the timeline and who is eligible? So let's listen to that clip again, and then I will answer those three questions for you.
We
Here
have taken in trillions of dollars, and it's been absolutely amazing. We're going to be doing a dividend to the people, low and middle income, moderate income people, of at least $2,000. In addition to that, we'll be paying down debt very substantially. It's the kind of money we're taking in. And really, countries that took advantage of us are no longer taking advantage of us.
So the president is saying that he's bringing in a lot of tariff revenue. He's going to pay down the debt, and then he's going to give stimulus. So the good news is that he's talking about it. And then he went further because now people in his administration are getting specific about what is going to happen, when the check is going to happen. So let me bring you up to speed so that I can answer the questions that you want to get answered, when and how. So let's go to this article and where the Treasury Secretary is also making news, providing more context about when he thinks this stimulus is going to happen. So here it is. It says, you know, when Trump's $2,000 tariff could arrive. So it says President Trump's 2000 dividend check, uh, if it becomes a reality, won't arrive until next year. We already know that. But here's the part that I want you to see. Congress would have to approve the payment. This will have to go through Congress, says the Treasury Secretary, and any payment would need legislation. So he's saying that it has to go through Congress. Now, the question we've been getting is this going to be something that seniors and on Social Security and disability are going to receive? So here's the thing. Is it real? Well, it is real, but it has to go through Congress. And the Treasury Secretary not only said it has to go through Congress, but he did say in the same article that the checks are coming. Let me find it so that I can tell you. Uh, there we go. Um, Here it is. It said Congress would have to approve any payment, something Treasury Secretary Scott Benson stressed when speaking to Fox News. Any payment would need legislation, Benson said, but added the checks could go out. So here he's saying that this is going to happen, right? And then the next question you guys are asking is, are seniors going to get this? Are people on disability going to get this? Well, the answer is yes, because here is another part of it. It says previous direct payments mailed during the COVID pandemic were distributed by the Treasury Department. The first round was paid in April 2020, included up to 1,200 per eligible adult and 500 per qualifying child. Now, they're not going to give stimulus check and distribute it to children and not give seniors and people on disability. So when the president says everyone, I believe it's everyone. Now, when is it going to happen? In my opinion, it's going to happen by June 2026. And let me tell you why I know that. Because the president, what he's not talking about is that there's a lawsuit that is pending before the Supreme Court about the legality of the tariffs themselves. All right. And so I am going to read that to you. Right. Here we go. So this is something that CNN talked about how this particular lawsuit may affect the whole thing. And so the president changing his mind about sending the stimulus in 2025 to 2026, I thought was strategic because he wanted to wait and see the outcome of this lawsuit. That's my speculation. I stand by it. And let me read what CNN has to say so that you understand where I'm getting my information from and why I feel the way I feel. So, here we go. It says beyond the budget, political and economic obstacles, there are legal ones too. Most Supreme Court justices during oral argument this month sounded skeptical about Trump's reliance on emergency powers to impose his global tariffs. The Tax Foundation estimates the tariffs could get struck down, account for 75% of the new tariffs revenue coming in. If the Supreme Court says the bulk of the tariffs are illegal, that could throw a wrench in the tariff rebate plan, said Erica York, vice president of the federal tax policy at the Tax Foundation. For all these reasons, investors and economists on Wall Street are hardly counting on the arrival of the 2000 tariff dividend in 2026. So, the big thing, in addition to all the things I've told you about, is that there is this Supreme Court case pending that may throw a wrench in everything and make it impossible for the president to give you a rebate check out of the tariff revenue. If the Supreme Court comes out and says the tariffs themselves are illegal, then the money has to be refunded, and then that ruins the whole thing. So, in my opinion, number one, if the president keeps talking about it, we can believe that he is going to push for it. But number two, there is this wild card. So, in terms of timeline, I don't believe it's going to happen before June 2026 because the Supreme Court may probably come out sometime during the beginning of the year or middle of the first quarter, around March, with their decision, knowing that it's going to impact a lot. So beyond that, then everybody will decide what needs to be done. But if it's struck down, then you best believe there will be no tariff to even talk about. There'll be no stimulus to even talk about. So let me know what you think. Do you think that it's going to happen? Let me share your opinion in the comment section below. And again, if you want to stay on top of all these news updates and stay informed about critical information you need to know that may affect your benefits or your retirement or your finances, text the word insider to 443 293 0080. The service is free, and you are going to get one or two messages from me each week, joining thousands of seniors and others that are already getting these critical messages that could keep you informed. Lastly, I wanted to share with you that I have been on a mission this month to help 100,000 seniors get peace of mind during this Medicare open enrollment. And one of the things that I keep saying is that, the reason why we partner with Chapter is that Chapter offers unbiased opinion, unbiased advice, and the service is free. They are there to help you figure out two things. Number one, are you in the right program for you? Are you in the right Medicare plan? Even if you're on original Medicare, there are medical plans that you have to deal with. Are you in the right plan for you based on what you are eligible for and qualify for in your local area? And if you're on an Advantage plan, are you in the right plan? And if you are, they'll tell you. And then that's it. It's a free call. There's no downside for you because you get that assurance, that peace of mind I'm talking about, so that going into next year that you have a plan that meets your budget, that meets the provider network you need to be in. Plus, it also has the prescription coverage that you need. So that's important. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear from people, the over 3,000 seniors that have taken my advice and called Chapter. Let's hear what they have to say about their experience. Here is the first one. I'm listening to your channel from Stockton, California. I want to thank you for recommending that we call Chapter during this open enrollment. I called them and they have helped me choose a better plan. So now I am set for the new year. Thanks again. Again, that's what I'm talking about, that peace of mind. Here's another one. Thank you very much for sharing the Chapter information. I called over the weekend and was able to register for a different Medicare Advantage plan that had all my doctors and my medication. And as you can see, I went and liked that comment. You see the love sign over there because that makes me feel good. That's the goal of what I'm trying to do. Here is another one. It says, from St. Paul, Minnesota. Thank you for your help. I called Chapter Wednesday. Yesterday, I was called back with great information, and Tim Chambers helped me perfectly. And I went in and replied, so great to hear. Thank you so much for sharing that information. Here's another one. I called Chapter and the young man was so helpful and gave me the best advice. I'm thankful there are unbiased people to help seniors. That's what I want to hear. So great to hear. That's my reply. Thank you so much for sharing. We love to hear these reviews. Chapter is the best and has helped so many in our community. All right. So it goes on and on. I'll read you two more. You know, um, I just reviewed my Medicare through Chapter and they told me I was in the best one for me already. That's what I was saying. Let them confirm that you're in the best plan. And if you're not, they'll help you switch to a better plan, you know, and so on and so forth. I took your advice and called Chapter. I signed up with Cigna. I previously had Humana. This was a better plan for me with Cigna. I signed up 10 days ago. Thank you for helping me. Another one, thank you for commenting this information. I reached out to the number and found me such a better plan for 2026. I just wanted to say thank you for helping those of us who are out here trying to figure things out. Have a blessed night. So, guys, what's the number to call? These are the people you're going to be talking to, and they are there to help you. They're not there to push any specific plan on you. They want to help you figure out this. So call 539-205-2147. Or if you rather that they call you, then go to askchapter.org/insider and they'll be happy to call you and call you back at your convenient time and help you figure this out. So I'm trying to put the number on the screen. Again, 539-205-2147. These guys are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Tons of 5-star reviews that I've shared with you already. And they can save you $1,100 on average. So give them a call. You're not going to regret it. So, guys, that's all I want to share with you. I'll put the Chapter information in the comments and in the description. And if you like what you heard, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button so that when I release new videos, you'll be the first to know. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.